relationship with Pete and Salim ul-Haq, the United Kingdom, the European Union, Bangladesh, and the least developed countries would like to pay tributes. I give the floor to the United Kingdom.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I first want to offer condolences on behalf of the UK to the government of Bangladesh for the passing of Salim and to all of his family and friends. Salim was a good friend to the UK, a critical friend when we needed it, and he fought tirelessly for action on loss and damage, and I hope we're able to honour him with a... Things that made Pete stand out was that he operated on a very human level. He had strong views and he expressed them clearly, but he also listened to others. He challenged his own assumptions, and if he didn't understand why someone held a position, he asked relentless questions until he did, and usually with an inappropriate joke for good measure. He pushed the UK as hard as he pushed anyone else, and he always wanted to advocate for the most vulnerable. Because above all, Pete believed that in this fight against climate change, there is no us and them. We win together or we lose together, and I hope we can carry that spirit into this COP. Pete has been the heart and soul of the UK team for many years, and we will carry his values with us.
Who worked with him as part of Team EU, we would like to join the United Kingdom in marking his passing, as well as Salim's passing, with gratitude, respect, and sadness. Thank you for providing this moment for us to reflect on his passing.
Opportunity to speak about Professor Dr. Salim ul-Haq. He was an outstanding and very well-spoken gentleman, loved by all. And
the delegation of Senegal seems not to have arrived yet, so we will proceed. I will now deliver my final comments as COP President. Your Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, Your Excellency Dr. Sultan Jaber'e, COP President-designate, let me at the outset express my sincere thanks and gratitude for the support I received from all of you in performing my duties as COP President, be it during the build-up for COP27, at the conference in Sharm el-Sheikh, or throughout the year that ensued. As parties, observers, stakeholders, and civil society, as well as the UNFCCC Secretariat, your help and support was invaluable. As you all know, COP27 convened at a difficult time in the midst of a challenging international context, as the world continued to recover from the impacts of COVID-19, as well as face the compound ramifications of the war in Ukraine. Nevertheless, COP27 turned out as yet another moment where our commitment to a greater cause prevailed, a landmark in our collective progress to ensure inclusive and effective global climate action. Building on previous COPs, COP27 succeeded in delivering a number of much-needed and long-awaited elements to the global climate agenda. Together for implementation was not just a slogan at COP27, but rather a timely call to move from setting rules, frameworks, and commitments to a clear focus on the tangible implementation of these commitments on the ground. A call which we heeded together by establishing the loss and damage funding arrangements, including the fund, launching the Just Transition Work Program, and agreeing on the Mitigation Work Program. We showcased an unwavering commitment to enhancing global climate action during this critical decade. By voicing a resounding call for the reform of international financial institutions, highlighting renewable energy as a pathway for the future, championing the adaptation agenda through the work of the Marrakesh Partnership, and agreeing on unprecedented outcomes on water, oceans, and forests, we at COP27 ushered in a new age of implementation in our relentless fight against climate change. Colleagues, as we highlight the achievements of COP27, we also need a frank assessment of where we stand in relation to our collective ambitions, to the stark realities of science, and to the echoing voices of impacted communities across the globe. A quick realities check in this regard should be of concern to all of us for a number of reasons. First, because most of what we bring forward as tangible solutions and actionable commitments is based on speculation or well wishes at most. That we will be able to deliver our NDCs conditional and unconditional. That developed countries will deliver the 100 billion goal. That the loss and damage fund established in Sharm el-Sheikh will be replenished in billions of dollars. That international financial institutions will be reformed to deliver all the support required. And that the private sector, altogether with Article 2.1.c of the Paris Agreement, is the silver bullet that will unlock the flows of appropriate finance to developing countries. These are all mere assumptions with no evident proof in reality. Second, rather than increasing climate finance from developed countries, actually, it's decreasing in relation to the growing needs and the increasing costs of finance in developing countries. The Green Climate Fund and the Adaptation Fund are but two examples of this worrying trend of decreased financial flows. Third, the expansion of fossil fuel exploration and production, in particular of coal, in countries that previously committed to substantially phase down or in some instances completely phase out coal. Look forward to working with you. Thank you, Simon, for everything.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم. مساكم الله بالخير.
Good morning, good afternoon to all. Welcome to the United Arab Emirates, the country of Zayed, the country of giving, the country of development and sustainability.
Excellencies, dear friends, colleagues, members of every delegation, it is an honor to be with you today. And I am so glad that this day has finally arrived. And as my first official act as COP President, allow me to express my gratitude to my very dear friend, Samih Shukri. Your Excellency, you have led this conference with vision, purpose, and integrity. We are indebted to you for your service, your accomplishments, and your commitment to climate progress. And allow me to also extend my gratitude to every person in this room. We come from different nations, different backgrounds, and different generations. Yet, we share something vital. At some point in each of our lives, we all made a choice to help carry the burden of a great responsibility, to raise our hands and bear some portion of the weight on our shoulder. That choice is why we are all here in the United Arab Emirates today. The UAE is deeply proud and humbled to be hosting COP28 at a pivotal time in this critical decade for climate action. We know, as you know, the gravity of this moment. We feel, as you feel, the urgency of this work. And we see, as you see, that the world has reached a crossroads. And yes, since Paris, we have made some progress. But we also know that the road we have been on will not get us to our destination in time. The science has spoken. It has been loud and clear. It has confirmed that the moment is now to find a new road, a road wide enough for all of us, free of the obstacles and the detours of the past. That new road starts with a decision on the global stocktake, a decision that is ambitious, corrects course, and accelerates action to 2030. Through the global stocktake, we have a chance to unite the three core elements of the climate agenda. We can finally bring mitigation, adaptation, and means of implementation, which includes finance, under one umbrella, united around higher ambition, giving clear direction on nationally determined contributions, and connecting everything we agree here to practical action in the real world. Every nation, every sector, and every one of us has an urgent and an immediate role to play. For my part, I pledge that I will run an inclusive and transparent process, one that encourages free and open discussion between all parties. I ask you to start this COP with a different mindset. I ask you to adopt a different way of thinking. And I ask you to be flexible. We must ensure that this COP delivers the most ambitious global stocktake possible. So let's work efficiently. Let's agree on the agenda and move to text quickly. Please. We have no time to waste. Friends, I believe that the United Arab Emirates reflects the spirit we need at this COP. My country is only 2 years older than me. And that makes it a young country, in fact, a very young country. It is a nation that rose up from the desert through the vision and foresight of our late founding father, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, and the conviction and aspiration he passed on to the generations that followed. And now, 52 years later, just look around. We may be a young nation, but we have big ambitions and hold fast to principles like collaboration, optimism, true partnership, determination, and commitment. These are the ingredients that make up the DNA of the United Arab Emirates. And it's these core values of trust, purpose, partnership, and pragmatism that I believe must define the DNA of COP28. That means it is essential that no issue is left off the table. And yes, as I have been saying, we must look for ways and ensure the inclusion of the role of fossil fuels. I know there are strong views about the idea of including language on fossil fuels and renewables in the negotiated text. We collectively have the power to do something unprecedented. In fact, we have no choice but to go the very unconventional way. I ask you all to work together. Be flexible, find common ground, come forward with solutions, and achieve consensus. And never lose sight of our North Star of 1.5. Because that is